So the other day, I was having a conversation with a friend about Pan-Africanism, and he said something a lot of people believe secretly, but don't always say out loud. He said that Africa can never really unite because we are too different. Too many cultures, too many languages, too many identities. A country like Nigeria alone is so complex. Now imagine the whole continent. Logically, he wasn't wrong. Africa is diverse, deeply, beautifully, complicatedly diverse. But here's where my opinion differs. Difficulty does not mean possibility. Has anything truly valuable ever been easy? Today, in Mindfulness with ASJ, we will be discussing Pan-Africanism, power, and the politics of strategy. Now, the problem with Pan-Africanism isn't our diversity. The problem is how we approach unity. And to fix that, we have to start with my favorite part of the human being, and that is the mind. Let me take a small tangent. Please stay with me. I believe that every society goes through mental stages, which is a reflection of the people that make up these societies. So the stages are first, the oppressed or suffering mind. Then there is the learning mind, and then finally the strategic mind. An oppressed mind focuses on pain. The learning mind focuses on understanding. And the strategic mind focuses on positioning. Now, Africa historically has lived too long in the first stage. Yes, slavery happened. Yes, colonialism happened. Yes, exploitation happened. That history is real. But hear me clearly. History should inform you, not imprison you. Because the story you keep telling yourself eventually becomes the ceiling you live under. If our dominant narrative is that of the oppressed, then we subconsciously prepare ourselves to always be reacting and never deciding. And the world doesn't reward reaction. The world rewards strategy. The global system is not sentimental. It operates like a survival arena. Those who think long-term win. Those who build systems win. Those who understand power win. And if Africa wants to sit at the table where global decisions are being made, not as guests, but as contributors, then we must start studying how power thinks. So let me put it this way. If someone consistently outperforms you, there are only two options. You either complain forever, or you learn how they're winning. You can't walk into your boss's office and say, please step down so I can be boss too. But if you learn what your boss knows, understand the system, and apply it to your own vision, you can build your own table and be your own boss. Power is not begged for, it is built. This is something the Western and Arab world understood early. They understood the power of social political systems, ideologies, and strategic alliances. That's why they were able to create structures to dominate colonies for the development of their own people. These strategic alliances have developed and evolved over time to suit their developing strategic goals of economic and military coalition. From the Berlin Conference to the EU to NATO, from the Arab League to the Gulf Cooperation Council to MENA, and so much more. These alliances weren't formed because everyone was identical. They were formed because people shared interests, values, and goals. And those alliances evolved as their goals evolved. Now here's where Africa often misses the mark. We try to force one massive Pan-African ideology across all 50 countries at the same time, regardless of political reality, economic readiness, or social structure. That's not unity, that's pressure. So what if the future of Pan-Africanism isn't forced togetherness, but strategic alignment? What if instead of trying to move the whole continent at once or at the same time, Africa focuses on cells? Small clusters of countries with similar ideologies, similar political views, and shared economic goals. We're already seeing examples of this, especially with parts of the Sahel. When smaller groups align deeply in education, trade, and infrastructure, as well as security, they become strong. And strength speaks louder than speeches. Influence spreads through results. So when smaller alliances succeed, others don't need to be convinced. They want to join. Growth becomes organic. As the biblical saying goes, he who is faithful with little will be faithful with much. So maybe Pan-Africanism isn't about everyone moving together at the same time. Maybe it's about every country first asking, who are we? What do we believe? What ideology drives our future? Then aligning with others who share the same vision. Not every African country needs to work together at the same time for Africa to grow. But enough African countries need to truly work together strategically for Africa to be respected. Unity doesn't have to be loud. It has to be effective. And maybe the future of Pan-Africanism isn't one voice, but many aligned voices, moving intentionally, strategically, and unapologetically towards the future. Thank you for walking this journey with me. All my love, ASJ.